Hi, welcome back. Been working on the sliding door rail on the other side. My eyes are watering because there's so much crap in them at this stage. Uh, Job has been no fun whatsoever getting trying to get that cut back. It's just it's like peeling an onion and miserable all at that. So we'll take a look at it and I'll show you where I'm at. So this is a bit of a jigsaw down here, so I'll just give a bit of an explanation as I go, because if you're ever doing it, it might be handy to know. So this is the replacement panel here, has an upturn in it, and that upturn is here, so it's about just past the front of the outrigger, but it doesn't go as far forward as the front of the sill. I've cut away the outer layer of this. I've cut away the jacking point, which was here, just trying to get access back. So this is the outer sill coming around under this, and then this is just the base of the sliding door rail. So just been making my way of cutting through that. I'm going to have to cut the back piece out of this outrigger, and the front piece of the outrigger is the back of the wheel arch. So I'll keep hacking and see where I end up with. I can't see a way around it. I'm going to have to lie in under there and start cutting the inside of that inner sill out. It's not very appealing. Right, so I'll show you where I'm at with this now. This here is where the new sliding door rail will attach. Inside of that you have the inner sill. It's hard to show. I ground this back along here, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that off or whether I'll just weld on to cut it back and weld on somewhere farther down along. That piece there is part of the sliding door rail panel. I might try and cut that off still as well, and I have a little bit more to try and get out. I cut the outrigger back a bit, and I have a bit more to try and get out there of the inner sill as well. Looking back at the back outrigger, cut it here so I can notch the inner sill in, similar to what I did on the other side. That bracket definitely does want changing, and when I got to it there is actually rot up under there as well, so I'm not going to try and cut that sill out of there as is, because it's just a nightmare of a job. So I'm going to do a repair same as the other side, where I'll cut the outrigger and stuff after, but I'm going to do the sill first. Messing with the back of that panel there as well. Bottom of this pillar needs a repair. That panel isn't too bad, but there's a hole in it there I'll sort out, and the same on the back corner. If I replace the panel on the other side, I might use the sill I had bought as a repair piece for that. And on the front, so that bracket so far I've kept. This pillar comes down a little around it here. I cut that away, but that's not too bad. I might keep it. And in there you have to, that's the front of the outrigger again inside the wheel arch, so a little bit more cleaning up to do in there, but I got that much of it cut away. By the looks of it, something's been repaired there before, so I'm going to need to investigate that a bit more. And in here again, much better than the other side, just on the step, a little section of the floor there. This back section here, I need to get that off still. And there was something welded on the bottom of the floor here, whatever this is. I need to go under and have a look. It's probably a spare wheel bracket. That'll need redoing. This arch, that's just going to get small repair pieces. I'm not changing that entire arch. So that's where I'm at. That took a few hours to get out. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant rolling around under there trying to do it. But a little bit more now and I should be able to get those panels cut and fitted in. And on the plus side, looking at it, it's full of holes, but there's no rust. So this is the nightmare I'm dealing with at the moment. I just need to cut here, down here, and I could get all this out, but I have no discs, and I can't get the grinder in there. Okay, so thinking about this last night and decided that it made more sense to take the entire sill out. I'll show you what I was going to do and why I changed my mind. So that's the new inner sill there, back, the front. So I kind of had intended on cutting kind of all along there to match what I had cut off below, because I can't get this off very easily where it would be spot welded, so I'd leave it stand down and do it like that, and then maybe cut it off here or whatever and work out the back section after. But I kind of decided after that I was making a lot of work, a lot of welding. So I may leave this section here, which is already from the old one, on the floor. I can't drill it out because it's covered by this, and it's somewhere just around, just under there. I can't see any spot welds either, so if I can't take any of it off, I might just weld up to it. It's only going to push this down 1 mil, so I don't see any reason not to. But that left me with a plan of doing this back piece in one go as well. And I thought, oh great, I'll just come in with the plasma cutter and cut all that off and grind it up clean after. But first cut, I destroyed my last plasma consumable. So that was that. And then I got through all the rest of my cutting discs. So I was ready to quit until I can get more, which I don't know when that will be. Searched the shed, found another heavy disc, and managed to butcher this out of here, where at least now I can get in there with the grinding discs and sort it all out. This is that lip of the top of the sill. It actually peeled off a little there when I pulled the sill out, but I had left this little piece sticking down. I did grind the under seal off all along there, so I think as if I just clean it up. Sorry, that's terrible. So I figure if I just grind it nice and flush and grind that little bit of a lip off, then I can sit my new one up against that and spot weld straight to it, rather than trying to pull all that off. I will have a go at getting it off, but I don't think it's going to. And the reason I decided to just cut the outrigger is they're actually quite easy to fix. They're heavy enough steel, they're easy to weld. So this time as well, I welded the swing arm in place. So there's a brace there, and I braced it there in the wheel arch as well. And then I jacked the van, take a little bit of weight off of it. The bolt is completely seized into that bushing, so the inner piece is still a little bit on it. The whole thing was rotten. I'll show you this is the seat I thought would look pretty okay. Obviously, big pile of rust inside that, and the hanger itself was just crap. So looked like that on the outside, which didn't look too bad until I saw that hole, but you know, yeah. Yeah, so what a surprise on this van that something escalated that much. Okay, thankfully that is all pretty much done now and ready to fit new panels. I'm not gonna lie, that was an absolute nightmare. It's taken a good few hours yesterday, all of this morning, and every scrap of cutting disc I could find around here. I was even cutting with grinding discs by the end of it. But the result, I'll show you now. So there's the rear suspension arm and the outrigger cut away. This is just a plate that goes up kind of to close that part of the sill. All that the whole way along there now I've ground back flush and ground all that under seal off. That's smoky, horrible stuff to get off. It's kind of the factory stone chip. All up the front there is cleaned up, and so the sliding door track will weld to the base of this, and then that inner seal or inner flange on the inner sill will go up there. That's the old flange of the old inner seal. There's no way I'm going to get that off without damaging the floor, so I'm happy enough to just grind it flush and weld onto that then. Now, I'm hoping that'll be worth all the effort, in that it should save me a load of time on the welding and putting it back together side of things. I should just be able to fit those two panels up now. I'm actually going to give that a try now and see how they do. And then once they're in place and welded in, I can go about welding all the other bits and pieces, bits on the outriggers, etc. into them. And that should be it really. I've that rear bushing, the bolt was seized solidly in the rear bushing. So I had to drill out the bushing, move any other way. And there's a bit of patching up to do in the rear wheel arch after as well. I'll show you that as well. That's what we're left with in the rear wheel arch. So this will be filled out down here by the inner sill and the outrigger. And of course we have a damn rotten hole above that. And inside there is the water, the fresh water tank, which probably means I'm going to have to take that out now as well. Really happy I welded these in, because that's made life so much easier that that just can't go anywhere. But for the most part, that is all the major cutting and stuff I have to do, really. There is nothing of that scale left, thankfully. So I'll just stick those panels up now and see how they fit underneath. So I've just stuck 2 bolts in that up through the inner sill for now, just to, so we can have a look and see how it's fitting in. So it's in there, ends nicely just where the front of the outrigger welds onto it. You can see where the other bottom track for the door sits in there, and the back with the suspension hanger mocked up. The inside where the outrigger needs building back out to it. And a bit of filling in around the hanger and that repair above it then after. And I'll just stick the track on now temporarily, so have a look at that too. And that's how the sliding door track would sit in there. It needs to come up a little there. One thing I'm not too happy about is that I cut that right where the old one turned out. So it seems like this is sitting too low for some reason, so I'll have to look at that a little bit. Maybe it's just maybe the front part of that panel is a bit tall or something, but I may be able to push it up when the sill is properly in place. So it would have to come up to there, which would put the bottom out like that. But at least those whole panels will slip into place quite easily. So that video got long really quickly. I won't be doing any more on this today. Hopefully get a bit done over the weekend, because the weather looks a bit more rubbish again over the weekend, so I'll probably just hide in here. Got to try and get some cutting discs ordered from somewhere, or get in somewhere to get some before I can do too much. So that won't be happening until the start of the week anyway. So I'll wrap this video up with that. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.